Okay, so picture this. You're strapped into the biggest roller coaster at the park. Your heart's pounding, your palms sweating. You know what's coming. Those gut-wrenching drops, those hairpin turns that whip you sideways. But here's the thing. You chose to get on this ride. Life works sort of the same way, except nobody buckled you in or made sure that you passed the height requirement to get on first. And unlike that roller coaster, you can't just unbuckle and walk away if you change your mind before it starts. But what if there was a way to ride life's ups and downs the same way, only with confidence? Not fake good vibes only bullshit. I'm talking genuine skill to navigate whatever gets thrown your way. Today we're going to dive into the second cause of suffering and, more importantly, how understanding it gives you a massive advantage. I'm going to show you how to reshape how you see the world so you never get caught completely off guard again. Here's what nobody tells you when you're growing up. Life operates under these three unbreakable laws: the law of change, the law of cycles, and the law of consequence. Now here's where most people screw up and end up suffering because of it. They pretend like the first two laws don't exist. They cling to good times like they'll last forever and act shocked when everything falls apart on them. I've been that guy. Depression, PTSD, panic attacks, the whole parade of shit. I thought my life was absolutely bulletproof until it wasn't. The problem wasn't that bad things happened. The problem was I had zero framework for understanding why they happened or what to do about it. That's what these three laws give you: a map for navigating that chaos. And once you see how they work, you can't unsee it. Every single thing that happens starts making sense. So let's break them down one by one and build you a plan that actually works. First up, the law of change. The law of change states that nothing stays the same. Not your job, not your relationships, not your health, your bank account, or even how you feel about yourself. Everything is in motion all the time.
You never know what you're going to get.
Think of it like a river. It's constantly flowing, shifting directions based on the choices you and 8 billion people in the world are making. A new coworker that just got hired, they're a rock tossed into your stream. A sudden market crash, that's a giant boulder dropped upstream that sends waves crashing your way. A sudden breakup, that's someone else's decision that could redirect your entire current. You're not standing on solid ground, you're navigating moving water. And here's the gut punch. If you expect things to stay the same, you're setting yourself up for disaster. It's like driving with your eyes only on the rearview mirror, convinced that the road ahead will look exactly like the road behind you. But here's how you can start to shift that. Knowing change is inevitable isn't bad. That's your edge. It means you can prepare. You can spot the storm clouds early and grab an umbrella instead of getting soaked. Let me give you an example. Meet John. John worked as a fabricator for years, loved the stability, loved the routine. Then his company downsized and his job suddenly was gone. But here's what made John different. He'd been learning heavy equipment repair on the side for months. Not because he knew the layoff was coming, but because he understood the law of change. He knew that nothing lasts forever and wanted to prepare just in case. So when the layoff came, he didn't panic, he pivoted. Started freelancing, landed bigger clients, and made more money than he did before. John didn't fight that river, he learned how to flow with it. Stay proactive, take an online course, learn something new for 15 minutes every morning. Get a mentor and start learning from them. These aren't just to boost your resume, they'll be your lifeboat when the current gets rough. Small actions now, big, massive advantages later on. That's how you use the law of change instead of getting crushed by it. Now let's talk about the law of cycles, because this one is a mindfuck if you don't see it coming. Life isn't a straight path. It's not a ladder you climb rung by rung until you reach the top. It's a heartbeat. Constant ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Picture a coil. You start at point A. Maybe you're dealing with a loss, financial struggle, health crisis. Over time, things improve. You climb to point B, where money is flowing, relationships are solid, you're thriving. But then, and here's where it gets uncomfortable, you slip. Point C, into point D, another low, and the cycle repeats. Seasons change, stock markets rise and fall, your energy, motivation, and mood fluctuate. This isn't a bug in the system, this is the system. And here's where people get trapped. When you're at point B, riding high, you start believing it'll last forever. That new relationship feels bulletproof. That business success feels unstoppable. You're invincible. Then the drop happens and it feels like a gut punch. Like everything is now broken. Nothing is broken. You just forgot about the law of cycles. I was extremely guilty of this, thinking good times would last forever. Spoiler, they didn't. Every time things came crashing down, I would spiral, convinced I'd never recover. But once I understood the cycles, the lows stopped feeling like the end of the world. They became expected, temporary, manageable even. But here's the beautiful part. If the lows are inevitable, so are the highs. When you're at a low point, drowning in struggle, you can hold on to hope because you know another high is coming. The cycle always continues. Let's go back to John. His fabrication company was crushing it for years. Big contracts, steady income. Then one of their major clients went bankrupt. Revenue tanked, projects dried up. But John didn't crumble. Why? Because he'd prepared during the good times. He'd kept expanding his skill set, kept building relationships, and he kept open to new opportunities. When the cycle dipped, he adapted. Because of this, he was able to team up with a new transportation company, and he rebuilt his success faster than anyone expected. Prepare during the good times, invest in your skills, expand your network, strengthen your relationships, stay open to new perspectives, adapt to new information before it's too late. And when the low hits, and it will, you'll bounce back faster. That's how you tighten the cycles and shrink the valleys. All right. Here's where it gets interesting, because now you know you can't prevent change. You can't stop cycles, but your actions, those shape everything. Welcome to the law of consequence, or as some people call it, the law of karma. Every action plants a seed. Kind acts, hard work, cutting corners, burning bridges, they all grow into something. You just don't see the fruit right away. That's your advantage. You can't control life's river current, but you can control how skillfully you steer through it. Again, I learned this the hard way. Early in my career, I half-assed work projects all the time. I thought I could slide by with minimal effort. Guess what? I lost many promotions, and someone else got the opportunity because they put in the reps while I coasted. My action, or lack of it, directly shaped my outcome. Not immediately, but eventually. And that's how the law of consequence works. It's compounding interest, but for your life. Here's what's good about that. You can intentionally choose positive actions and stack the deck in your favor. So try this. Show kindness to others and they'll support you when you need it. Save money when it's plentiful and you'll be secure when it's scarce. Give a little to charity and karma will look after you. Yeah, I know that sounds woo-woo, but trust me, it works. Take care of your body and your mind and they'll take care of you. You might say, yeah, no shit, Steve. But doing it consistently is easier said than done sometimes. Small, wise choices compound into major victories over time. Let me give you two scenarios to illustrate this. Scenario 1. You help a colleague without expecting anything in return. You build trust. Down the road, when you need support, they've got your back. You didn't do it for a reward, but the consequence? Another person was added to a stronger network of people you can rely on now. Scenario 2. You cut corners. You lie to get ahead. Maybe you get a quick win, but long term, people remember. Trust weakens, opportunities will dry up. The consequences catch up to you. Or here's another one. You got a big work presentation coming up. You practice daily, polish your delivery, and refine your content. The consequence? You entertain the audience, earn credibility, maybe even land a leadership role for greater job security. Or you skip prep to scroll on TikTok. You wing it. Sure, you might get polite applause, but your performance is weak.
Your shit's weak! Wizzy! You never had a chance, Timmy.
That consequence? You lose credibility and potentially cost yourself future opportunities. By intentionally choosing positive actions, you put yourself in a much better position. You're still tied to the law of cycles. Those ups and downs don't disappear, but now you're tightening the feedback loops. The cycles pass quicker, the valleys aren't as deep, the peaks are higher. You move through points A through F, but faster with more control. In tough times, blaming others, wallowing in self-pity, or denying reality drags you deeper. Instead, own everything that happens to you. Change what you can, know that tough times will pass, Accept that life isn't always fair. Sometimes a storm destroys your crops despite all your planning and hard work. That's the law of change and the law of cycles working together. But the law of consequence? That's where your power lives. Life's a wild, unpredictable journey, man. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. You're not just along for the ride. You're the driver. You're the navigator. You're the one who decides whether to grip the wheel or close your eyes and hope for the best. The true MVPs of the world, they save during the good times. They lift others up. They grow even in the tough moments. They prepare for the inevitable cycles instead of pretending they don't exist. Be that MVP. Stay prepared for any challenge that comes your way. That's how you shrink the lows and boost the highs. Your key takeaway should be this: pain is unavoidable, but suffering is a choice. Welcome change. Navigate the cycles. Pick actions that create the results you want. When life throws you a curveball and knocks your ass down, take a short rest to regroup if you need it, then get up, dust off, and keep pushing forward. Life's roller coaster never stops, but you can learn to enjoy the ride. Don't miss next week's video where we'll keep exploring how to set yourself on a path that your future self will thank you for. If you enjoyed this video and want more like it, leave a comment and let me know what topics you'd like me to cover next. Remember, you can also join our free community of guys that are actively improving their lives using the link in the description. Or simply like and subscribe and keep up to date with new videos as they release. Until next time, keep moving forward.